We're either curating a life of greatness, a life of magnificence, or we're disintegrating and feeling stagnant and lost in life. Our past does not have to define our future. Our past does not have to define us. It's just a matter of letting go and understanding whatever happened, whatever took place was there for us to learn from, to grow from, to elevate and become the actual great human being that we were meant to be. Nothing that has took place in our life was there to hinder us. It's just a matter of perspective. And once we change our perspective of how we look at things and how we handle certain situations, then who we are becomes the better version of who we are meant to be. What's going on, y'all? Welcome to Elevate Life. I'm your host, Tremise Valentine, and this is the channel where we are elevating our mind and our lives to magnificence and letting all the bullshit, unnecessary things go. It only keeps us in a place of unwantedness, of disintegration, instead of creating and curating the life that we truly want for ourselves. And that's exactly what we're about to talk about today. The value of our decisions depend on the courage that's required to make them. You know, we're either curating a life of greatness, a life of magnificence, or we're disintegrating and feeling stagnant and lost in life. Our past does not have to define our future. Our past does not have to define us. It's just a matter of letting go and understanding whatever happened, whatever took place was there for us to learn from, to grow from, to elevate and become the actual great human being that we were meant to be. Nothing that has took place in our life was there to hinder us. It's just a matter of perspective. And once we change our perspective of how we look at things and how we handle certain situations, then who we are becomes the better version of who we are meant to be. Our life starts to change and shift into the better life that we're meant to have because we're learning and we're growing from our past mistakes instead of perpetuating and living in the same unfortunate cycles. We can have different get in different relationships, have different jobs, have different cars, different whatever, but if we don't learn from those past mistakes that made us feel a certain way and took us to places that weren't so great, if we don't learn from those, then we're just going to keep perpetuating the same events and emotions that we don't want. We have to find good habits, create new habits, and live with them all of our life. Because if not, then the unfortunate habits that we're living with will keep perpetuating and continuing to cycle the same unfortunate situations in our life, in our emotions, in our body. And it's eventually going to turn to disease because disease is nothing but dis-ease. We're not at ease in our life. And a lot of people don't understand that everything that we do on a day-to-day basis determines where we're going, determines our health, determines our wealth, determines our happiness, determines the type of relationships that we have, determines everything. We are the curators of our own lives based off of the choices that we make and what we choose to focus on. The choices that we make creates our focus. So if we want to have a different life, we need to make the choice to focus on abundance, on peace, on prosperity, on joy, on being a better human being every day. Every day we have the ability to choose who the fuck we want to be. It's up to no one else but us. No one else can make us do anything or feel anything unless we give our power away and say, you made me do this. I did this because you made me feel this way. Like, we're giving our power away, and it's time for us to take that back. It's up to us. We have to create new habits in our life, because we're either going to grow or we're going to disintegrate. There's no such thing as being stagnant. Everything is forever transmuting and transforming, and nothing is ever going to be just put in place permanently. That doesn't exist. The only thing that permanently exists is consciousness. And what we're conscious of is who we become. What we're conscious of is what our reality projects back to us. The energy that we give, the universe gives back to us, is what we will see in return. So what type of energy, what type of things do you want to see in your life? Tell the world what you intend to do, but first show it. Show who you want to be. Be who you want to be. It's just a matter of, like, really forgiving the past, letting it go, learning from it, and creating a new narrative around the things that took place. Whether it was your fault, somebody else's fault, it does not matter. Give it a new narrative, a one that you can learn from, one that feels good to you. It doesn't matter what anybody else thinks, what anybody else says, because they're not living your life. Only thing that matters is you. At the end of the day, that's who you go to sleep with. Whether you're next to somebody or not, you're still in your own mind, you're still in your own body. So how you feel is up to you, and only you. Create new habits. Stop. We gotta let go of the drinking and the smoking and the just procrastination and saying I can't do this because I gotta make time for this. Like, that's just excuses. That's things that take over your free will. Anything that takes over your free will is the fucking devil. We have to start meditating. Meditating can change your life dramatically. Even deep breaths and exhaling longer than you're inhaling is a way to regulate your body, regulate your emotions, regulate your mind, to give you a clearer thought process. Like, these things of drinking, cigarettes, is here to keep us hindered, is here to kill us, is here to keep perpetuating money in other people's pockets, is there to keep us bound. And we have to come to learn to understand that we can heal ourselves, that we don't have to suppress those emotions. We don't have to find things outside of us that really don't help. But the only thing that it does is helps feel somewhat better in the moment. And then right after you're done, right after you come off that high, right after it's subsided, you're back to feeling how you were before. And it's not really helping you. You're just throwing your money away. You're just giving your body away. You're killing yourself in the meantime. But we have to create new habits, healing habits, habits that will elevate us, that will take us to magnificent places in our mind and in our body and physically, like in the work for the world outside of us. Read books, get outside in nature, go swimming, Go hiking, go biking, go exercise, go boxing. Something. Something that gets your blood flowing, something that makes you healthier, something that makes you happier. It's up to us. Everything else does not matter. Everything else is unreal. It's not real. Our perception is what makes it real. Our perception is everything. Imagine a life worth living. Everything started with imagination. Imagine a life worth living. And if that feels weird to you, then you have some work to do. You really do, because everything started with imagination. Everything started with a thought. And if that you can't even think of a life worth living, even if you do think of a life worth living and you have that doubt, that fear, that I can't do that. That's that programming that needs to die. That's that identity that needs to die. It's good to die. It's good to let past things die. Create an identity that is worthwhile, an identity that you love, an identity that makes you feel strong, that makes you feel worthy, because you are worthy just by being here. You're, being worthy has nothing to do with your actions, but being worthy has everything to do with consciousness, with who you think you are, who you know yourself to be. And you are God, you are worthy, you are everything, you are one, you are divine, you are loved. And as soon as you realize that you're worthy, things will change for you. Continue to tell yourself who you are. Everything is possible for everyone that is possible for one. Limitations are only put on you by the things that you say. So fuck what anybody else says. Fuck what anybody says you can't do. If you think and feel that you can do it, then do it. If you feel like you want to do it, then find ways to do it. How can I do this? How can I live this type of life? How can I bring this into my reality? Anything that you ask, your subconscious mind will eventually answer. So keep asking that fucking question that you want for yourself. How can you become the greatest person that you were meant to be? I'm telling you, everything that you have been through is there for you to grow, for you to have that testimony of where you have been, for the people that will come into your life sooner or later, for them to learn from you. I'm telling you, it doesn't have to be a crutch. It doesn't have to be a limitation. You can use that as power, as fuel, as motivation to lift you up like a fucking phoenix. It's yours. I believe in you. It's yours. Like Henry Ford, like he had the most outstanding qualities, and his habit of reaching decisions quickly and definitely, and not letting anybody deter him out of his decisions of who he wanted to be. Even though his first car was not so great, he ended up making so many sales because he had a definite decision of who he wanted to be and what he wanted to do. You know, as long as you make that decision, to do something great for yourself. It will work out for you eventually. Don't let anybody deter you or steer you away from who you want to be, from where you want to go, from the imagination that you have for yourself. Just because they don't see it doesn't mean that it's not yours. It's not for them to see, it's yours. It's in your head, it's in your mind, it's in your body, it's in your emotions, it's in your dreams to have. It's not theirs. You know what I mean? Don't let anybody steer you away from where you want to fucking go. Don't let anybody keep you where you're at just because they're scared and they want you to be stuck with them. Show them the way. Show them you can do it. And eventually they will be like, damn, I didn't think, but wow. Yeah, it's possible. Now follow me, friend. It's fucking possible. Create that reputation of being obstinate, man. Of powerful, of being empowering. It's really, truly a matter of decision. Let go of procrastination and decide. Procrastination is the enemy of decisions. We all have to conquer it. We all have to conquer being stuck with procrastination, with doubt and fear. Like, let it go. Let it go. I feel like that's all I want to say right now. You know, I just had to come on and hop on it for a minute, and just let this out and let it be known that it's up to you. The decision is up to you to create new habits, healthy habits, and let go of shit that doesn't serve you, things that hinder you, things that keep you in a place of unwantedness. Elevate your mind, elevate your mind, your body, your soul, your spirit, and feel it wholeheartedly, not just in your mind but spiritually, because subconsciously is where things change, and that's in your spirit, in your heart. Be a go-getter, be a flower. Flow, let the things flow to you instead of pushing away the greatness that's trying to be in your life. You know you want greatness, but you keep pushing it away because you're scared. You're thinking of the past. You're thinking of ways that it can't happen. But think of ways how it can happen. Think of ways how it can happen. What if it does happen? Not what if it doesn't, but what if it does happen? What would my life be like? Wow. Feel those feelings instead of what if it doesn't happen. Oh man. Being in victim mode. Be a victor. Be victorious. I'm telling you, man. Change your thought process. Change the things that you say, the things that you feel, and start asking questions of abundance. What if this does happen? How can I make this happen? I can't wait to have this when my money aligns with it. Not I can't afford this, but I can't wait to have this when my money is aligned with it. What can I do to create the wealth and the money for me to have this? Your subconscious mind will answer. Just like your subconscious mind is answering you when you say that you can't have something. Change the narrative. Start to love yourself. Start to trust yourself. Start to do things little by little, day by day, and create small new habits. Let the bullshit go. I'm telling you. Curate the life that you want, my friend. Manifest the life that you want, and it will come into your reality. The more and more and more and more that you perpetuate the new reality that you want. It's been years since you've been perpetuating the fuck shit. And it's going to take persistence in creating the life that you want, the great shit. You know what I mean? It's just like it's persistently being negative, you gotta persistently be positive. Just like you're persistent in negativity and you have a little bit of positivity, you have to change that continuously to create that abundance of positivity and little negativity. You know what I mean? Like, we gotta switch it. That's the only way. The only way. So, elevate, be great, and create new habits little by little. Peace.